Okay, so this is the West Virginia 44, and I'm going to do a couple of ranked matches in here in a minute, and I thought I'd show you the build, give you an idea of what the ship's all about. Okay, so let's start with the armor layout. Okay, it's got 26mm bow armor. That's not bad for a tier. She's tier 7, so not too terrible. Deck plating is also 26mm. It's got a massive superstructure. I wouldn't say it's long, but it's fat. I mean, if you look down at the ship, you see, look how fat that superstructure is. So be aware of the fact that you're very farmable by HE spam, unfortunately. Side plating of 35mm. Rear plating of 26mm. So not the strongest armor profile, but should be enough to tank a fair amount of damage. Okay, so looking at the rear, we've got casemate armor there of 343mm. That's going to bounce quite a lot of shells. And under that, there's soft citadel armor that's below the waterline. So plunging fire here might get lucky and miss the 343mm plate. If you aim at the tail, you might get lucky. But I'd say she's quite hard to citadel from the back and kiting away. If we take the torpedo protection panels off, you can see there's the citadel and it sits below the waterline. And then you've got this casemate armor protecting it from above, 343mm. It's not a turtleback as such. It's just a block of metal placed right on top of the citadel. So again, plunging fire may be your friend here. You might get lucky and strike the citadel, which is only 44mm. So keeping the ship angled is going to be important. It's going to be important. Okay. Alright, let's have a look at the artillery. He's got these 406mm guns. 4 turrets with twin rifles. So that's a total of 8 guns. 4 turrets, 8 guns. Total range of 17.1 kilometers. Pretty slow shell velocity. The shells are a bit floaty and they're quite slow. 803 meters a second on the high explosive rounds and 768 on the AP. You will be getting quite a lot of plunging fire with these shells. You'll be hitting decks mostly with them and hitting the sides, possibly through the belts and into the citadel if you're fortunate enough. And she's got 8 turrets, 4 aside, of these secondary 127mm guns. Now you've got a 5% fire chance on them, which is pretty reasonable. Armor pen of 21mm, so they're going to make a mess of destroyers, and a velocity of 792 meters a second. So again, fairly floaty, but a reload time of 2.1 seconds. And yes, you can build for secondaries on this ship, my friends. You can definitely build for secondaries, which is exactly what I've done here. I mean, if we look at the captain's build, you can see I've gone with gun feeder so I can switch quickly from the AP to the HE if required. I've then gone with grease the gears to make the artillery turret traverse faster, because it's not the best. I mean, the reload time on the shells is 30 seconds. The traverse time of the turret is 36 seconds, and that's with Halsey and grease the gears. Then for my third pick, I've gone with Adrenaline Rush, and then fourth pick, I've taken Fire Prevention Expert. Fifth pick, I then went with Emergency Repair Expert, and then finally long range secondary battery shells, and then to give them a bit more accuracy, manual secondary battery aiming. So you got your classic secondary battleship build here with an emphasis on fire prevention as opposed to detectability. I mean, her concealment's bloody awful because of that. It's 14 kilometers, but you can use islands to close the distance and remain undetected so that you can get these secondaries into play. Talking of which, the range on the secondaries with all the modifications is 9.5 kilometers. Okay, so bear that in mind. Quick look at the modules. Okay, in mod 1 I've gone with, because it's a full secondary build, Auxiliary Armaments Modification 1 to keep the secondary batteries alive and to protect the AA mounts, although I don't really give a crap about those. It's the secondary battery mounts that I'm worried about. For the second pick, I've gone with Damage Control System Modification 1. which reduces our chances of being caught on fire and reduces our risk of being flooded by torpedoes. Then in slot 3, I've gone with secondary battery modification 1, which adds 20% to our secondary battery firing range, and maximum secondary battery shell dispersion is tightened by a further 20%, so the dispersion is a little tighter and you're going to hit with more shells. Very important for a secondary build, so pretty much compulsory if you're going with a secondary build on this ship. And then in slot 4, damage control system modification 2, because again, I don't know about you, but I hate burning to death, so fire extinguishing time is reduced by 15% by this mod, and flood recovery time is also decreased by 15%, so you recover from floods a lot quicker. That's given us 5 repair parties with only a 40-second cooldown time, which honestly makes it very tanky indeed. 5 heals, almost on demand, with 40 seconds between each one. You don't get much choice here. You get defensive AA fire as standard, it being an American ship, and the AA defense is quite strong. It's just 79, so you are fairly well defended against aircraft, following the American doctrine that any space on a deck should be filled immediately with AA guns. Okay, so we've got a spotter plane too, but you can pick fighter if you think it will help. I don't think it'll help at all, so I've gone with spotter plane, because a spotter plane will increase our gun range to over 20 kilometers, which is great for those initial salvos when you're closing with the enemy fleet, if you wish to make them. It also helps with intel, and it helps with spotting other hazards like destroyers. Okay, so I'd recommend spotting aircraft. Right, let's take this old girl for a spin. Okay, so I'm in the West Virginia 44. It's New Dawn. It's domination mode. And we have 3 destroyers, 3 battleships, and 1 cruiser aside. Should make for some interesting play. And this ship is literally bristling with guns. But she is a bit slow. She is the armored bathtub of hell. I underestimated this ship the first time I got her. I underestimated her so badly that I exchanged her for something else. I pretty much instantly regretted that decision, as in rank, she's an absolute monster. So I reacquired her during the Dockyard event for the Wisconsin. And I've never been happier, if I'm honest. This season's rank, for tier 7 rank, she is a top pick for a battleship. Sure, you can pick the Scharnhorst. Sure, you can pick a few other very good ships like the Atlanta. But the West Virginia, she's strong. She's strong. I think people underestimate the power of her secondaries. They also underestimate the power of a main gun. And her armor profile is strong, as you probably saw in the review at the start of this video. Their FR-25 is shadowing ours at A. Okay, there's a Le Hardy, the new tier 7 French torpedo boat line. Well, that stung. I'm guessing those were shells from the Nagato. A very scary battleship at this tier, due to the fact she's got 4 10mm guns. Okay, looks like I'm lit by the planes. I'll tell you, the turret rotation is extraordinarily slow in this one. Okay, Scharnhorst is moving across my position, and it looks like he's possibly going to show me broadside, so we're just going to back up. Show him our tail. Yeah, potential here to skip through the turtleback. Nope, 2 overpens. Okay, dispersion wasn't great either. Yeah, she does suffer from pretty bad dispersion in this ship, but usually gets there in the end. Just took out their Shinomi, that's good news. Shinonomi. There's the Lahadi, and my secondaries are going ham on the FR-25 and set a fire on him. My other secondaries are going ham on the Scharnhorst. Look at those secondaries go. Got a hit on Lahadi. Just an overpen. Trying to get the absolute maximum out of these secondaries. Hence the weird angle. How you turned out. All the shells coming. Keeping pressure on the Scharnhorst. Moving the ships to the other side of the secondaries. Can hit the New Mexico. There we go. Set fires. Be able to get another set of shells on the Scharnhorst. That's more like it. Almost 12k damage there. 4 overpens, 2 pens. That's more like it. Guns are coming to me now. It's great. And we're 5 minutes in with almost 50k damage on the clock. That's pretty reasonable. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Our Dunkirk just took out their Scharnhorst. We have lost a cruiser and a destroyer. It's a pretty close match. I think the teams are fairly well balanced for a change. See if we can get the New Mexico down. Yeah. My secondaries, my portside secondaries haven't go the FR-25, but he's gone dark. Down the island. Our FR-25 is low, very low. So he's come off the worst in that duel they were having. And I get almost 17k on the New Mexico with 5 pens and 1 overpen. Nice. But no citadels. Sad beat. Okay. Got a fire on him. He's good. Secondaries are ripping him up. Going for citadels. No citadels. In fact, not much of anything really. Range 6 kilometers and the dispersion was all over the place. And that's kind of what I was getting when I first got this ship, so I thought, this is horrible. But actually, she's great. Much better. Almost 14k. Damage down there. New Mexico is getting low. He's trying to heal through it. But my secondaries are chewing out. Look at that. 142, 145, 146. Oh my goodness. Look at those. Look at those secondaries go. That's insane. He has got strong secondaries. Very strong secondaries. That should finish him off. Yep. Wow. Okay. So we are at 279 secondary hits. But there's only 2 of us left against 4 of them. Although the Nagato is low, the Flint is low. Their Lahadi and their FR-25 are both looking very healthy though, and it's bad that they've still got 2 destroyers. That's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem. Yeah, I think the Nagato just took a pot shot at me again. Yeah, there she is. Not as low as I thought. She's got 12k health left. But she's sitting at range. I don't blame her. Engaging the Dunkirk. Not engaging the Dunkirk at all, I tell a lie. Engaging me. And the Dunkirk. Rears on me, fronts on the Dunkirk. That's my best guess. Okay. FR-25 sent torps my way. Uh-oh. Helm is slow to respond, but luckily they're out of range. Now, I'm a little concerned because I think the French destroyer could easily island YOLO me here. I know I'd try it. Mind you, he's very low health. He is very low health. It'd be very risky for him to do that when he's got no health. I'm lit. And I don't think that was the Flint. Lahadi's close. Secondaries are firing at the FR-25 behind me. And there's a Lahadi. There's his torps. Yeah, he's going to get me with those. Okay. Very well played by the Lahadi there. Not what I was expecting at all. I was expecting a torpedo attack, but I wasn't expecting him to time it so well. Okay. Second set miss. That's good. Still got a heal in my back pocket, but I'm last ship up. Uh-oh. Let's even get this cap for the team. Flint is using his smoke well. FR-25 is very sensibly keeping his distance. Although he's in secondary range, he won't like that. That should put him off. I really want this Flint. I can. The ship that's going to kill me now, the ship that's going to wreck my day, isn't the FR-25, it's the Flint. So I'm hoping his smoke will wear off in a sec and I can broadside him down, you know, salvo him down. Give him a 21 gun salute, right? But unfortunately, his smoke's still up. On the plus side, I seem to be capping, so there's that. Not if I can help it, they're not. Can't smoke wear off. He's not actually in his smoke, he's behind it. He's further up. From the way those shells are arcing, I can tell that he's the other side of that island, a bit further out from where his smoke trail is. He kept going after he laid that. I'm lit. FR-25, I think that was. But I get the cap, which is great. Flint sets me on fire, which is unfortunate. I have to use my damage repair here. Main reason being I've only got 5k health left. Okay. When you're in this situation, no, don't tick it down. Wait for another fire to occur, or you'll just die when you're on super low health. That rule applies when you're anything down to about 15k, but 5k, need to repair that shit. Yeah, there's the FR-25. He's a cocky git. You're going to regret that, sir. You are. Yep. Secondary's got him. And now we just finish off the Flint. Except he got another fire. What is the RNG on this guy? I mean, it's been fire after fire after fire. Every single salvo of fire. Honestly, I never get RNG like that. except maybe in my Zao, maybe sometimes, but not every man. Not every. My God, you've got a pack with RNGs, my friend. What a close game. What a close match. It was all down to RNG on a fire round, in my opinion. Wow. Anyway, she's a great ship. She is a great ship, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. So we'll do another one. I'm going to do a few of these, and I'll put the best ones together in a compilation, and you guys can enjoy. Yeah, a couple of close quarter medals and a high caliber. That's all right. Secondary medals there, close quarter experts. Yeah. Wow. Oh! I almost got more than their top player on XP. That's hilarious. Ah, the bathtub. The killer bathtub wins again, right? The death bathtub. The death tub. There you go, death tub. Yeah. Virginia 44. Sails like a bathtub. It's like a, I don't know, train, I guess. All right. Pretty good damage. 44,000 on the secondaries. Oh my God. 28,000 on fires alone. Jesus. Okay, and 53k on the main battery. All right. All right. Good credits as well, since I'm not running a booster as such. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, well, this time the map's straight. It's domination mode again. And we got 3 battleships aside, 3 cruisers aside this time, and 1 destroyer aside. So less destroyers. Okay. Let's see if good old Uncle Sam in his bathtub from hell can make a difference. Now, C is pretty easy to cap, and I'm pretty slow, so I don't think I'm going to get there in time to benefit from that. The main contestation here is B. B cap will be the one that's contested the entire time, so with that in mind, I'm going to go find myself a really good spot over at F4, although I could probably do with a tow from the Flint or the Mayhem to get there. She's so wide as well, isn't she? She's a really fat ship as well. She's got a very broad profile. The big lady of the sea. Bristling with secondaries, of course. Alright. Got the Hood with me. Flint's escorting me along with the Mayhan. And I think the Mayhan's going for B. So it's going to be up to our cruisers to take C for us. Oh, mind you, no, it looks like he's turning. No, he's going for B. Okay. I think the Hood is going to go up the 2 lane, I think. Nothing's lit so far, but I've managed to get all my gun trained roughly where I think the enemy fleet's going to appear. Which would be around D7 and D5, or even D6. There you go. C6. There you go. C6 with the grass. Alright. Okay, we're gonna turn around now. I'm using the islands for cover because I don't want anyone to get any early lucky shots in on me. There's a Sin-Up. I'm worried about him. There's a York. Quite long range guns on the York too, so something to bear in mind. Should be able to get my fronts on him. Dispersions all over the place. Don't expect any of that to hit. And it looks like I wasn't disappointed. Okay. Right. Mayhan is very sensibly kiting away from B because if he gets lit, he needs to be able to run. And they have an Akatsuki, which is a bit of a ghost ship. Very good conceal and better conceal than the Mayhan. So the Mayhan player knows what he's up against, clearly. He has some knowledge, some game knowledge. That's good. That's good to know. Okay, so there's a Sin-Up. There's a West Virginia 44. Going very slowly indeed, so we'll pop some shells his way. Wow, okay. Almost 10k damage there. Reasonable. 9,424. That's a good start. Yeah, we're going to move up to the cap. Mayhan is pushing to light as many targets as possible. I see what he had to do. He had to avoid that torpedo wall. Loads of huge gaps in it, mind, but I guess he steered through it. And now he's coming back again. But it gives you an idea of where the Akazuki is. He's behind that island at E5, yeah. Okay. Sorry, DeGrasse. Sorry. I really didn't expect to even hit him with the dispersion I was getting, but clearly those were tight shells on the DeGrasse, and we have our first casualty. Oh, poor guy. Okay, there's a Sinop. Not really showing much in the way of broadside, so I've got to get lucky. Don't expect to do much damage with those. No, one hit for 4k, punch through his deck armor. Alright. Better than I expected. Now we have B and C cap. There's absolutely no point in pushing into 5 enemy ships. As you can see, they're in that in a pretty tight grouping with the Sinop looking for crossfires. So not a lot of point in pushing into that. So I'm just going to sit behind the smoke and let them make the first move, because if they want to win this match, they're going to need to take B. There's no need for any of my team to risk themselves right now. So I'm not sure what the Hood's doing. The mad bastard. He's giving them something to shoot anyway, and making them forget B, which is great. Just sit here all day long, pelting them with shells. It's fine by me. But I don't think the Hood's long for this world. York's firing on him. I might be able to take the York down while he's distracted. I think the Hood is distracting the York, so... Yep. Okay. Ended up showing... I wouldn't say broadside, but his angle isn't that great, so we might get lucky. Or our dispersion will be dreadful and everything will miss. Okay, fine. That can happen too. Let's try the rears. Rear guns. Rear guns for the win, right? Oh yeah, 4K. I think that was another deck armor penetration. Alright, fine. Virginia is low. But I don't think I'm going to get him before the... No, okay, fine. Now they're down to 3 ships. There's no reason why we can't just push into them and finish them all off. So that's exactly what I intend to do.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Lazo's got the other flank. Unfortunately, the Hood is no longer with us, but he did provide fairly decent distraction, if nothing else.
Our victory is in sight.
Going broadside there, Sinop. Careful now. Those look great. Yep, almost 20k damage. Okay, nice. 4 pens and 2 overpens. So the thing about a Sinop is she's a bow tanker. She's great at bow tanking. Probably one of the best tier 7 battleships for bow tanking in the game. And yet, this guy was sailing along showing me broadside. He's now fairly well angled. I don't expect to do much for those. Almost 6k though. I'll take it. See, the West Virginia shells are quite lobby, so they do tend to land on the deck. And the deck armor on the Sinop is strong, but we can overmatch it. Ow. Okay, 8,000 from the Russian improved angle AP. And now he goes, but that bows on. And this is where my secondaries come into play. 18, 19, 25, 26. Yeah, we melted him basically with the secondaries. We didn't really need the Mahan to join in on that one with his talks. I think we would have melted him with the secondaries, but okay. All right, moving on to the Yukon. Who's firing at my broadside with AP, so we're angling. Yeah, not too bad. He got some penetration there. No citadels. Okay, so he's showing a lot of broadside, isn't he? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Another 2 citadels. 30, 40k damage there on the Yukon. Ouch. And we got our high caliber. First blood high caliber. I'm liking this. This is my happy place. Okay, and now the secondaries. Shooting through that gap in the islands. He's heading down to the Lezo, and I probably should have stuck the brakes on, but no matter. No matter. It's been a good match. There you go. Moving up to 7. Big games, fun times. And if you like these videos about the West Virginia 44, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to have to give you a compliment, sir. Yeah, 41k on the Sinop, 30k on the Yukon, 10k on the West Virginia, 6k on the York, and 5k on the DeGrasse. My name's Len Gunn, and this has been the West Virginia 44 in rank. Thank you all very much for watching.